Hey bestie, welcome back to another video. I can't believe it, but we're literally at the end of May, which means it's time to pick our June TBR using my TBR prompt jar. This month, I actually don't have any must-read books because we haven't picked our book club book of the month yet. So we can literally just go in blind and decide together what the whole of June is going to be. So I think I'm going to pick maybe 5 books this month. So let's have a look at the first prompt. A book you see all over BookTok. Oh, okay. Let's have a little look on the TBR cart, which I have here, of course. So can you actually see the books? Not really, but let's have a search together. So a book I see all over TikTok, definitely The Nightingale. I literally see so much about this and I'm really intrigued to read this because I think it's going to be so good. So many people say it's really emotional, so I think it could make me cry, which obviously means 5 stars. So that's an option number 1. Another book I keep seeing all over TikTok right now is Abby Jimenez, The Night That We Met. Abby Jimenez is one of my favorite romance authors and I have a feeling I'm really going to like this one. So this one could be a really good contender. What else do I see all over BookTok? Another one is First Time Caller. I swear every single month I pick this book up and it never gets picked. But so many people talk about this one and maybe June could be quite a good time to read it because it's quite summery. I don't know if the book is summery, but romance for me always feels like a summery genre. So this could be another good contender. I think to be fair, we should pick from one of these books because I do see a lot of them all over BookTok and I actually have quite a few, but these are probably the ones that are kind of, what's the word, that are pulling me in, drawing me in the most for this month. I'm not really sure. Oh, I don't know what to pick. I feel like maybe not The Nightingale because it doesn't scream summer. Do you know what I mean? Like it's World War II, it feels quite sad. I don't know when the right time of the year is going to be to read this, but I'm not sure I'm in the mood for something really emotional. So I'm going to put that one back for now. So then it's going to be between First Time Caller and The Night That We Met. Oh my God, I literally don't know which one to pick. When I can't decide between what book I'm going to pick, I always read like the first few lines of the first chapter just to get a sense of the writing style and see if it's something that I'm in the mood for. Okay, so that one sounds okay. Let's have a read of Abby Jimenez. I don't know, they both sound so good. I don't know which one to pick. I think I'm just going to go with Abby Jimenez. Oh no, I dropped my book. Just because with Abby Jimenez, you know you're going to have a good time and I feel like it's less risky to go with an author you know. I've never really read, no that's a lie, I have read one B.K. Borison book before. I read Good Spirits at Christmas and it was okay, but it wasn't like anything jaw-dropping. So I'm going to lock it in. The first book of the month is going to be Abby Jimenez, The Night That We Met. Let's put it on the TBR cart. Okay, let's pick prompt number 2. A book with a number in the title. Oh, I don't think we've had this prompt before. Do I actually have a book with a number in the title? Oh, I do, but I think I only have one. Oh, wait a minute, because technically first is a number, right? Number 1. Maybe we could go with First Time Caller. But I also have, which would be the more obvious choice, 6 of Crows. This could be a really good option. Although the thing is about 6 of Crows, I think maybe it's just the cover of the book, but it really screams winter. And I don't know if I want to read something so dark, but I don't think it's that dark, really. Let's have a read. To be fair, the first few sentences of this have already hooked me in. And this really is a number. And I've been waiting to read this for so long, so maybe we should just lock it in. Let's go with 6 of Crows. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm finally going to read this. This is going to be really good, I think. I have really high expectations for this, but I really hope that I'm not let down. Okay, so locking it in, second book of the monthly TBR is going to be 6 of Crows. Okay, let's pick book number 3. Read a YA book. Ooh. I've probably got quite a few YA books on my TBR. I'm gonna have to Google this one because I don't know exactly which books are YA. Let's have a look. If First Time Caller is YA, that would be amazing. Okay, Google says it's not YA, so we can't pick that one. What is then? Do I have anything YA? I don't think I do. No, I don't have anything YA on my TBR. So we're gonna have to put that one to the side and repick number 3's prompt. I'm gonna get right into the bottom and see, oh, this one's jumping out. But I wanna get the one from the bottom and see if we get one that we haven't had before. What does that say? A book with a person on the cover. Okay, I probably have a few options. I've got a few options here. Let's go through which ones I have. You already know that I'm picking up First Time Caller because there's actually 2 people on the front of this one. I also have Blue Sisters by Coco Melors, but I don't think I'm really in the mood for that one. But again, this is an option. I also have Taylor Jenkins Reid One True Loves, which I think could be a really good summer read, and I definitely need to get to it this summer. Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez also has 2 people on the cover, so this could be a contender. And I think that's it. I don't think any of the other ones have people. So all of these options, pretty much all of them are romance apart from Blue Sisters, which I think is a contemporary fiction. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm sure, as you've already guessed, I'm gonna pick First Time Caller for this pick because I already wanted to read it. I think summer is gonna be the perfect time to sink my teeth into some romance books. So I'm more than happy to fill my TBR this month with romance. So let's lock it in. 3rd option is First Time Caller. Pop it on the cart. Okay, option number 4. Do you know what we haven't done again? We've only picked from the physical TBR, we haven't picked from my Kindle. So these next 2 should be Kindle books, just to even it out, just so I've got some options, you know? Because sometimes in the month I'm like, oh, I really want to read something on my Kindle. So I feel like the next 2 we should pick Kindle books. Start the first book in a new series. Oh my God, I have so many Kindle books actually, so that works out really well. I'm just gonna go into my TBR folder, which has all of the books. Now, there are some series on here that I have been really wanting to read. And the first one that I am most intrigued is Red Queen. I have seen a lot of posts recently on socials talking about how Powerless is basically a copycat of Red Queen. And I would really like to read Red Queen because I absolutely loved Powerless, but it kind of makes me feel a bit icky if it's literally plagiarized, and people have literally shown quotes where it has literally been copied and pasted basically. And apparently the storyline is pretty similar. So I really want to read Red Queen and just see what that series is about, and I want to see if I can pick out those differences. If I want to see if I can pick out those similarities. And the best thing about it as well is that Red Queen, the whole series, is on Kindle Unlimited. So that could be a really, really good option. The other option that I am really wanting to read and haven't picked up yet is A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly. Again, this is another series that is all on Kindle Unlimited, so it'd be so good to start that one because I can just kind of binge through it if I want to. And I've heard really, really good things about that. I think it's actually getting traditionally published, so that could be a really good one. Another one also on Kindle Unlimited is Hollow by the Twisted Sisters. I've been really intrigued to read that, and I'm pretty sure the 2nd book just came out and that's also on Kindle Unlimited. So that could be another good option. I think it's gonna have to be one of the 2. Do you know what? I'm gonna lock in the Red Queen. The Red Queen? I think it's just Red Queen. I'm gonna lock that in because I have been so intrigued to read that, and I think that it's going to be so good. I have really high hopes for it. So let's lock it in. Let's do Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. All right, let's pick, that was number 4, right? Prompt number 5, which is going to be our final prompt, and see what we get. A thriller book. Oh my God, I'm really in my thriller era at the moment, and I know the perfect book. I know I said the last 2 I was gonna read on my Kindle, but I've got the perfect thriller sat on my TBR cart right now that needs to be read, and that is Anatomy of an Alibi by Ashley Elston, and I've been really wanting to get to this, and I think June is gonna be a good time to read it. I think it's gonna be really good. It's pink. I love how that's my reasoning. It's got pink on the cover, but I think it's gonna be good. So let's lock it in. Book number 5 is Anatomy of an Alibi, and it's gonna go straight on the TBR cart. Okay, now that we've picked our June reads, let's go through my May TBR and see which books I read and which I didn't. First on the list was Broken Dove, and I actually did read this. Unfortunately, I was actually a little bit disappointed with this book. I kind of mentioned it in one of the vlogs that I was filming that I read when I was reading it. I can't remember which one it is. I'll link it if I remember which one. But unfortunately, it just didn't hit for me. I was going through a pretty rough time when I was reading it though. So I don't know if it was a me problem or if the book just isn't that great. I think for me, what the issue was is that there just wasn't much movement in plot. I don't think that there was a lot of movement in the romance between Ren. Actually, I won't say between who because I don't want to spoil it, but I just felt like the romance wasn't really there. It didn't really give me anything, and it felt like that bit was missing for me. And I also felt like the plot didn't move that much. So I feel like there was a lot of things happening in the book, but it didn't really contribute to the main story or the main story moving on. So for that one, I rated it, hold on, I think I rated it fairly low. I think it was like 3 stars. Yeah, I rated that one 3 stars. Book club book of May was My Friends by Frederick Backman, and I did read this. I have to say I had quite high expectations for this book and it didn't quite hit them. It was good and I did enjoy the story in the end, but I did find parts of it was actually really slow, and I think it took quite a little bit of build up to actually get to kind of the main storyline or like what was happening. It just felt like it took me ages to get into it, and I didn't love it as much as I thought it would. People said that it was going to make me cry. It didn't actually make me cry, but I did really like the story. I thought it was quite heartwarming and wholesome, but yeah, it didn't really hit my expectations, but I still rated it 4 stars because I still think it was really good. I read Fury Bound, which I was so grateful to get the arc of because that was my most anticipated release of 2026. And no surprises, I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. For me, that is how you write a sequel. Like, the plot thickened. So much happened. We got more of the romance. We got to see more of the universe and meet new characters. I am genuinely so excited for book 3 because this series is up there with one of my favorites. I just love it. Our Infinite Fates I also read in May, and this is so good. I know so many people who said that this book wasn't good, but for me, this was amazing. I rated it 4.75 stars. I really enjoyed the concept, and I really enjoyed that we got to go kind of back in time and work our way up to the present, which then explained a lot of the backstory. It explained why we were in this situation and how we got into this situation. And then eventually in the end, you got like the big reveal, and I loved it. I thought it was really good. I thought it was done really well. I just personally really enjoyed it. I think a few people online kind of said that for them, it didn't really hit because you didn't really get to see the romance, but I felt like it was there. I do see what they're saying. I think there could have been more of it, but I think you could really tell between the 2 characters that there was so much love, so much yearning in there. Like, for me, it was there. I loved it. 4.75 stars. I think you should read this book, okay? I had a great time. Also on the list was The Rose Bargain, and I have to say this was also a disappointment. I went into this really expecting it to be 4 or 5 stars, and it just wasn't. I loved the concept of it. I loved the fact that it was kind of like old English ways with the debutante ball and that kind of vibe, but for me, the execution just didn't feel that amazing. Like, it was written really well. Like, it was written really in that style of Bridgerton and having that kind of like old English vibe to it. I really enjoyed that, but I just didn't really love it. I don't know what it was about this book, but I just felt it was kind of like meh. It wasn't that great. Do you know what I mean? So in the end, I rated it 3.5 stars because I did enjoy it and it was really like easy to read, but I wouldn't say it was my favorite book ever. And the last book that was on the May TBR that we picked together is The Silversmith, which unfortunately is still on my TBR. Where is it? This one. I didn't read this, but we are only on the 25th of May. I just don't have time to film this video before we get to the end of May. Like, the end of May is this week. So I'm not gonna have time to film this video before then. So there is still time for me to read this. And I believe it is also on Kindle Unlimited. So I may get to it, but I'm not 100% sure. All in all, I think we did quite well in May, to be honest. And yeah, I think June is set up to be a great month. I think we have some really good books on there for me to read. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed picking out my June TBR with me, and hopefully I shall see you in the next video. Bye!